Good morning, Mimi 126. How you doing? Happy Saturday, everybody. I hope you guys are going to have a thank you, Mimi Child. Who you ought to hear me in the shower, honey. I be thinking I'm a Jennifer Hudson or somebody, child. Hey, Red Snapper. Hey, Dirt White. I'm not gonna hold you guys too long because I know you guys are, probably enjoying your weekend or you're out and about getting your chores done, your errands run for the weekend. So anyway, honey, let's get right into it. Now I knew if you heard my video yesterday, I was wondering on the video. Hey, Midnight Star. I was wondering, what kind of, shenanigans were going to go on last night because last night, yesterday, Friday the 13th, and all this and all that. Well, honey, I was right. Honey, let me tell you. So last night, I'm surfing through the YouTube streets or whatever. I run up on a video from El Teddy, right? So El Teddy is on the video. Good morning. Okay, good morning, troll. How you doing? As long as you act right, you can stay in here, okay? But I don't like the name of your troll page. I don't find it funny at all. Anyway, uh, so I'm listening to El Teddy's video. He made one video, and hey, Keisha, how you doing, babes? He made one video, then he came right back on. And on that second video, he was, he had questions. He seemed a bit perturbed. He wasn't angry or anything. Good morning, Renee. He said that he wasn't angry at Jay Wilson or anything, but he didn't understand, why Jay Wilson, while he was in the process of doing his press tour, after the gentleman's panel, because we know that he showed up on, VS's page. And also, VS said people were spinning narratives that making it seem like, TSCC or the Miss Express, asked Jay Wilson to come interview with them when in fact that's not true at all. Because VS said, they started to live or whatever. She had the link, down below, and Jay Wilson clicked on the link. They didn't know he were coming. He wasn't asked to do an interview. He popped on the live, right? And she's saying that people are upset because he was on, the Miss Express, but he came on unwillingly. He wasn't even asked to interview on her. He just popped up because, like I said, he's doing his press run, right? And so anyway, yeah, he just jumped on Red Snapper. He jumped on. They didn't ask him to come. He jumped on. Okay. And so anyway, but she says, you know, when people are trying to say that, you know, she asked him to come on. Even if she asked him to come on, he didn't have to come on unless she wanted him to. She couldn't make him come on. All right. So I don't understand what that whole issue is. He came on because he wanted to come on. All right. And so anyway, let's get back to El Teddy, child. So El Teddy had some questions. He said he wasn't upset. There's no problem. Just who's fake, Natasha? You wrote that twice. Anyway, uh, child, I'm losing my train of thought. Just let me not read the chat. Let me go on and say what I got to say, okay? So anyway, while Ed Teddy, he had questions for Jay Wilson, right? And so he said he wasn't upset, but he didn't understand why, Jay Wilson wouldn't answer a direct question. And I told you guys yesterday in the chat that, Jay Wilson should have been a politician because, he doesn't answer a question directly. Some questions can be answered clearly and concisely with a yes or no answer. And he skirts all around the issue. He goes off sideways, all this and all that. And and so yeah, and El Teddy didn't understand why he wouldn't just answer, certain questions directly, seeing as how people were spinning their own narratives. And he felt like if Jay Wilson would have, answered the questions head on, that, a lot of the misconceptions that people are having or saying would have been cleared up. And then he goes on to talk about the fact that Jay Wilson said that all the panel members had known, way in ahead of time, like a week ahead of time, that QB, because you guys know that QB said he was, leaving the gentleman's panel or whatever. And also QB said on a side note that he said he was just threatening to leave the panel, but clearly he's not going anywhere because he popped up, right? But El Teddy, was thinking that he left. And El Teddy was not aware, Jay Wilson was not telling the truth when he said that the panel members knew that QB was not leaving. He was still going to sit on the panel. He said, El Teddy said that he didn't know that was a lie or narrative Jay Wilson was spinning, and that he didn't know until Sunday night that QB was in fact not leaving the gentleman's panel, right? So he had questions about that, right? And so I was like, wow, okay. But he said he wasn't upset. He just didn't understand why Jay Wilson, like I said, wouldn't answer a question head on because people are spinning narratives. And he also didn't understand, why Jay Wilson wanted people to think that all the panel members were aware that QB wasn't leaving. And in fact, he didn't know until Sunday night. Right. And he said that they had a meeting, and he asked them not to say anything about the two new panel members or whatever, but he didn't know that QB wasn't leaving until Sunday night, right? Okay, now see, now let me jump back to VS for a minute because VS asked a very good question. She said that, and it's true that James Caldwell was the only one that was pretty much, trying to defend El Teddy when that whole thing, popped up on QB's channel between what is his name? Simply Trey and uh I think I'm gonna stop reading there. Let me read this. Bowen Lakwa or whatever says he claims it's strategic. I can't say the word, y'all, but we all know it's narcissism and he wants to control them. Yeah, absolutely, he wants, honey. He wants a takeover. Okay, like I said, this is the Pimp J takeover edition. Okay, all about YouTube and H what? But anyway, so I lost my train of thought reading the chat, y'all. I'm so sorry, but so VS was talking about the fact that James Caldwell was, defending El Teddy when all this stuff happened on QB's channel with Simply Trey, right? And her question was, if El Teddy and James Caldwell are supposed to be so cool, why didn't El Teddy, at least give James Caldwell a heads up that QB had in fact not left the panel? Do you see what I'm saying? She said she could have, told him, don't say nothing, but I'm just letting you know, in order to soften the blow. And I thought that was a good question. Why didn't he, right? And so she was asking that. So I found that live from El Teddy very interesting, right? And before that, or either after that, uh, James Caldwell, Spillerboy TV, came on his live, right? And he was really upset with Lady P, right? He was upset with Lady P because of some live that she did. Now, I'm not going to say I watched the live because I have never, even tried to find that lady's channel or whatever, but I know that she's supposed to be House of Jay Wilson, right? Because who was that put her in her place one time before about something that she was saying? Was it QB or somebody else? I don't know. I don't think it was QB because QB has always been cool with Lady P. It wasn't him, but something happened where she said something out of turn that the House of J with one of the guys didn't appreciate, and they had some words for it, right? Was it Spillerboy TV? I don't know who it was, but anyway, um, shoot, I lost my train of thought. It was El Teddy. Okay, thank you, Red Snapper. It was El Teddy. You're absolutely right about that. El Teddy and her had some words before, right? You're right about that. You are absolutely right. Thank you. Okay, so anyway, uh, like I said, Spillerboy TV, he was upset with her. He was saying that she was supposed to have apologized to him. Good morning, Mrs. Sexy Aquarius. How you doing? Uh, she was supposed to have apologized to him, but in fact she didn't apologize to him. And then Jay Wilson got on there saying, oh, and also, Spirit Boy said that Jay Wilson got on there and said she apologized, but Jay Wilson says in his video, and I know I'm jumping the gun, I'm trying to hurry up, right? Jay Wilson says that he thought when she said she apologized, he thought that she was saying she apologized to either him or Spiller Boy, but that wasn't the case, right? So anyway, Spiller Boy goes on to say, a whole lot of stuff, right? And he was upset with Lady P, but he was also upset with Jay Wilson. Now he won't outright say that. Do you see what I'm saying? And I don't know why he won't outright say that, since Jay Wilson is coming for his throat and QB is too, right? Really, they coming for his subscribers. They coming for his platform the long way. Okay, but but anyway, so he went on and had that live. He was a bit upset, right? So after I saw L Teddy's and Spiller Boy's live, Jay Wilson came on with a very short live. Now I can't listen to them long drawn out lives, right? So after I got finished, like I said, with Spiller Boy's live, I saw his live going down the stream, and since it was like, I think it was under 13 minutes long, I was like, wait, what? And so I clicked on, and he's pretty much saying, I did it, and so what? If you don't like it, you ain't got to be on my channel. Don't watch or whatever. But he was getting L Teddy and Spill It Boy TV together because of what they said on their videos, right? Evidently, he didn't appreciate that, and he was being, the politician that he is, the passive aggressive but not passive aggressive, person that he is. And he was, ever, so delicately putting them in their place, right? So to speak, right? So he said what he said, basically, to sum it up, he was like, and so what? I did it, and so what? But after that, I see a community post from him saying that, when he mentioned that the panelists knew that QB hadn't left, and he was in fact still on the panel, he you know, he was wrong when he said that, and he apologized. Okay, so I don't know if he out and out lied or if he just simply made a mistake. But Jay Wilson is a very smart man. He's really quick, so I don't know if that was a mistake or not. But he said he made a mistake, and he apologized. Now he apologized on the community post, not out of his mouth, right? Because when he came and did that little 13-minute live, he seemed a bit, flustered or frustrated, if you will, right? I was like, oh, interesting, right? So that happened. I had to do that little snort for you guys because, they are in love with my mucus around the chat for whatever reason. I don't know what it is, but they're in love with the mucus. But anyway, child, honey, people gonna be people, right? Woo, child. But anyway, that was all that happened last night. Look at Red Snapper laughing. These are a bunch of beta males. You're absolutely right. I'm going to call you BL Bowen Lakwa. They are a bunch of beta males. I absolutely agree with you. Honey, they nag more than women. Okay. Oh, I'm sorry. Is that a homophobic slur? Is that homophobic rhetoric? Huh? So anyway, we're gonna get back to that. Y'all remember that word, homophobic rhetoric. I am supposed to be speaking homophobic rhetoric when I am windmilling or beefing with the girls/boys. Okay. So anyway, but remember that, okay? We're gonna get back to that, right? So anyway, so that was all last night, child. I went to sleep after all that. It was a lot, right? So this morning, I wake up. VS had done one that she did two lives that I know of. I don't know if it's another one, but these are the two that I'm aware of, right? She did it live this morning, and she made a lot of sense because I didn't even see it this way, but it's absolutely logical. And it makes sense the way that Jay Wilson is moving, right? So on her live this morning, she was explaining basically that Jay Wilson is coming for Spiller Boy subscribers. He's coming for his platform, okay? And that is the reason why, he's doing all this and all that there. That is the reason why he's coming for Spiller Boy the long way, in my words, because he is coming for him the long way, and QB is too, right? Yes, it was. I agree, Red Snapper. So anyway, so um Child, she was saying basically that Jay Wilson is coming for his subscribers. Jay Wilson is trying to make his platform be a the go-to platform for the gay men when they come in this sector. And But Spill It Boy traditionally, his platform has always been a safe space, so that whoever could come over there, and feel safe and not feel like they're going to be attacked. But Jay Wilson wants his platform to be the go-to for the gay men. And also, I found something. It was interesting what El Teddy said last night. On the side note, El Teddy said, he had once been, and I've heard him say it before. I've heard Jay Wilson say before that El Teddy, a long time ago, El Teddy had a very popular platform with a whole lot of very successful platform, right? And El Teddy was speaking about that platform last night because he said, he actually had the first, all gay black male panel, right? And he had actually won a GLAD award, a gay lesbian something, I believe the GLAD award. That's award given out the LGBTQ community, and he had been given that award as to the work that he was doing on his platform, right? Uh, you didn't know that. I didn't know that about El Teddy either. But he said that on his live last night. That live is still up or whatever, right? He also mentioned that, but it just played into the fact that when VS was giving her opinion as to what it is that Jay Wilson is doing, and I absolutely agree with her. It makes absolute sense now, and I never saw it that way. I knew that they were coming for Spill It Boy the long way, and Spill It Boy know that they're coming for him the long way as well. Okay, but see what they're doing is, you know, Child Spiller Boy trying to play it cool, but they keep throwing shots at him. They keep throwing shots at him. They keep coming for him, throwing shots at him, shots at him, shots at him, right? But him and Jay Wilson, in my opinion, they are bantering back and forth. I'm country, right? So I don't know if you guys upstate or even if you're down south, if you ever seen a rooster fight. A rooster is the chicken. They've got another name for it. I'm not going to say that name. People are taking it out of context. But roosters, banner roosters, these really big roosters that are grown, that grown. And I mean grown. When I say grown, I mean raised as of chickens that fight each other, right? And it's illegal to fight chickens like it's illegal to fight dogs. But in these little country towns, they still fight chickens, right? And they gamble and they bet on it, right? Like dogs. Some people still have dog fights. Thank you, biggest AO ever. Thanks for the super chat. So anyway, they are bantering back and forth like two banner roosters. Okay, now when you are a rooster and you get ready to fight, right? Thank you. That's what you called it, Midnight Store. I didn't want to say that word, a C word fight. You're absolutely right. And so they banter back and forth, right? And there's this whole circle of people. Everybody's betting on which rooster is gonna win or whatever, right? But before that, the chickens they poke their heads back and forth at each other. They scratch their feet back and forth. But they do all of this, before they start to fight. So in my opinion, Jay Wilson and Spiller Boy is bantering back and forth, right? Now, QB is just being plumb messy, okay? And so that's what they're doing right now. So Spiller Boy was really going in more on Lady P, which I thought, and I like Spiller Boy, but I thought that was a deflection. I think if he was coming at anybody, he should have been coming at Jay Wilson because Lady P is supposed to be the house of Jay Wilson, right? And so yeah, I thought that was a deflection. By one said BL says it happens in the animal kingdom. Every man is fighting for dominance and to be the alpha male. It's fascinating. Yeah, they fighting for dominance right now, but it's so beta that it's just really it just is what it is. But that's what they're doing. Jay Wilson is bucking for dominance right now. And also VS mentioned something. She also mentioned something on her second live. Very interesting. I ain't talked to y'all about that. But anyway, that's what she said, that Jay Wilson was coming for, Spill It Boys, Spill It Boys subscribers, right? Which I absolutely agree with, right? Because there are a lot of cross things going on right now. And it does appear that a lot of Spill It Boy subscribers and a lot of the people, or at least a couple of people that were supposed to be in the House of Treasure are, dealing with Jay Wilson more and more. Do you see what I'm saying? Why this is, I don't know, but you can see it going on. Do you see what I'm saying? And so VS was saying it in her live. Now, while VS was doing her first live, interesting enough, somebody from the house of what I thought was a house of treasure, which is the lady named Really BTV. I have seen her in VS lives a couple of times, commenting below, right? VS ain't never kicked her out. It's never been a problem or anything, right? Sorry, guys. I don't want to blow my nose online, but you go look at the other video for that. But anyway, I'm trying to create another sound bite for QB. Is it good enough for you, QB? Anyway, moving right along. Yes, I love James. He's holding back on Juicy. Yes, he is wrist snapper. Yes, they do wrist snapper. Wrist snapper says, and they wear spurs on their little feet. Yes, they do. Yes, they do. Yes, they do. They will tear each other apart. Yes, they will. And whoever goes down first is the loser. So yeah, I've seen it a couple of times. Honestly, I'm not even gonna lie to you. Derek said that Strayer University sissy. Now that's homophobic rhetoric. Now y'all remember that word, okay? Needs to go get a real job so that she can pay for that choir own mausoleum. Honey. So anyway, while VS is doing her first live, Really BTV pops on the live, and she's down in the comment section, right? Okay, so that live was over, right? It's done and over with, right? So VS did a second live, right? And on the second live, she showed a message from Really BTV says that she was, trying to pop onto the StreamYard to answer VS's question. VS had a question. I can't remember what that question was, but she said, she was backstage of the StreamYard, willing to come on the StreamYard to answer whatever question it was that VS had. And so, she said, but the live had already ended, right? And also, VS said that QB ran Really BTV off. Okay, she said QB ran Really BT off of her live, right? And I was like, wow. So VS did a second live when she said QB ran Really BTV off, and she was asking her. She said as soon as she got the message that she showed everybody from Really BTV, she immediately hit the live again in case Really BTV wanted to come live and answer the question, right? But she didn't come back, and VS said she didn't come back because QB in his live, he was basically condemning Really BTV for being in VS's chat. And VS's was like, wow, I thought they weren't controlling over there. I thought they weren't I thought they were supposed to be lifting up the women and all of this and all that. And really, we know as it pertains to the house of Jay Wilson, when he speaks about the women, it's convenient. And more times it's not. He brings the women forward when he feels the need to defend himself when he's done some whack stuff, right? So VS said that QB condemned Really BTV, and she was probably afraid, to come back on the live, because VS said she went live again and read that message, right? And so I went over there after that. I went over there, and VS made some good points. Good morning, Vine G. And because, like, if you would notice, as it pertains to the women, some of the women that are in the house of Jay Wilson, they've gotten into it. The boys have gotten into it with the girls. And also, I was always like, thank you, Mary. Yes, that's why he's on tour. Okay, Red Snapper, I feel you, right? And so anyway, if you will notice, like we said earlier, L. Teddy and got into it with Lady P. This time it was, Spiller Boy. He's not the house of Jay Wilson, but he got into it, with Lady P. Evidently, she says a lot of things that they don't like or whatever. And not only that, Jay Wilson and QB have gotten into it with one of his vlog daughters, and it took QB 2 days to apologize to her, and Jay Wilson never apologized to her. A little while ago, I forget the chick's name, but she don't like me because she got blocked out of my chat a long time ago. I've never said anything to her. I blocked her out of my chat for whatever reason, and she don't like that evidently. Okay, because she don't have a problem with me But people don't like to get blocked. But if you come in here correct, you don't have to worry about getting blocked. So that's your fault, not mine. But anyway, this is not about me yet, right? Hey, Ronnie Q, Rich Snapper said, isn't really BTV? Yes, really BTV is supposed to be House of Treasure. That's another thing that VS was talking about. How is QB allowed to run her away in the eyes of VS when she's supposed to be House of Spillet Boy, the House of Treasure? Okay. And so I remember her, my own self, supposed to be being the House of Treasure. So why is she, feeling the way about QB saying whatever that he's why should she care if QB didn't like that she went over there? And so yeah, that's a good question. But it goes back to, Pastor Juicy J and his takeover, okay? Okay, yeah. Murray said at Red Snapper, LMBO, on tour. He gonna need a tour bus soon, cause he's going hard. Okay, let's send his tail out the door with Trump. Sorry, hey, child. Good morning, Muhammad. Hey, making it work for me. Murray said, "Oh, it's all about you. This is your platform. Tell him, child. I said what I said. Basically, that's how I go. Everybody know that. Everybody know that about me. It's no. Why do you think so? A lot of these people, when you see them in other people's chats and they're calling me snorker, hold up, yeah, it's a good soundbite for you, QB. Okay, and y'all, he featured me on his channel yesterday, right? And he played a soundbite of me snorkeling. Y'all know I got allergies, right? And I'm not going to blow my nose on camera, right? And so that ew, and I'm thinking, honey, them mucus jokes is old and tired. Everybody know I got bad sinuses. I got 365-day sinuses around here. Of course, I'm going to snorkel. Okay, but anyway, we all have to take it in stride. It is what it is. Okay. Yes, the allergies are very bad right now. Zero Lightness. Thank you for saying that. You know what I mean? But child, do better. Do better. Mona Simone already did all those reads. Okay. They get what they deserve. They get mad when you tell them the truth. Absolutely. Murray said, I'm new, so I'm listening, but I like it. I got terrible. Do you have terrible allergies as well? Do you know what I'm going through, child? Sounds like my house. Girl, me too. I know, right? It's horrible. But they are obsessed over my mucus. I am not lying, Mary. I am not lying. It's like they want to come and, I don't mean to be gross, come and suck the snot out of my nose themselves. Okay? That's how obsessed over my mucus these people are. I ain't never seen nothing like it. Okay. Ooh, child, that's right, making it work for me, especially here. Cedar is our enemy. Yes, Mountain Cedar, honey, it's horrible. It's horrible. And it's out right now, and it's just horrible. And can you imagine living down south? I'm surrounded with trees and grass and bushes and everything, okay? And you have allergies, really, really bad allergies, okay? Can you imagine living like that? Sure, I'm under constant siege from the grass. Grass is not my friend. I'm sorry about this, y'all. But honey, in the summertime when they cut that grass, oh, Jesus. It's trying to attack me. Diamond said, Lordy with popcorn in hand waiting for a spinning there. Okay. Come on now. Whoever popcorn girl tea dropper is, yes, I got to get something for my allergies as well. I'm gonna wait till after the live though. I heard that midlight store. I can't even go out with when the grass being cut. Me either, Zero Lightness. I have gone to the hospital because I walked out and they were in the process of cutting grass, and I didn't have anything to cover my face. My eyes swell up immediately, and my throat starts to close. That is how severe my allergies are. You see what I'm saying? I didn't have allergies until you moved to Austin, Texas. Austin, Texas, making it work for me. I'm an SC. It's bad. The cold. Yes, the cold makes it worse. Yes, it does. Yes, it does. These winter allergies are in some ways worse than the summer allergies. You know what I mean? And so yeah. Pretzels, they're healthier. Pretzels. Anyway, y'all, let me get back to this. Let's get back to the tea, right? But yeah, I'm glad you guys understand. So when you hear me doing all that, it's I've got allergies. 365 days a year, I have to take allergy medicine. Right? Your phone is tripping, making it work. I can tell. That's all right, babes. The weather switch, yes, especially, I live in Tennessee, and they say in Tennessee, if you don't like the weather, just hold on for a few minutes. It's gonna change on you. So the weather here is constantly changing. That's the issue too, coupled with all the foliage. There's a lot going on, and I'm slap dab in the middle of it. Okay. Hey, Paulette Waters. Hey, everybody. If I didn't say your name, anyway, let me get back. What did I leave off, y'all? We got sidetracked by the allergies, girl. I got it. I got a neti pot. I do all of that. I do Mucinex, neti pot, my prescribed medicine. I do all of that. It is what it is. You see what I'm saying? And so, yeah, 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 yeah. I've got an allergist. All of that. The best place for allergies is Arizona. It's so dry, right? Making it work for me. I would imagine it would be. Uh huh. Uh huh. So anyway, you sound just like me. So I know BL child, this is bad. I love that neti pot too. Child, yes, Mary. I told you they're obsessed with my mucus girl. He did a whole sound bite of it a couple of times, and I was so I felt really happy that he did that. Honey, I was getting my whole life when he was playing it over there. I did a little video about it. Go check it out. It's called Club Cough, and I said I thanked him for featuring me, on his channel or whatever, right? People be in their fifis, they be trying to act like they own these fifis. You left off. Thank you, Derek. You left off at QB in her terror shenanigans. Okay, so all the noise he makes, what child that pitch, that high pitch. See, he in his feelings because he said that we gonna get to that. Remind me of that in a minute. So we left out about VS said that QB ran the lady that's supposed to be the house of treasure. He ran her off really BTV, right? Me too, making it work for me. He ran her off, right? So I go over to his channel, right? To see what's going on. Now, uh, when I pop in on the live, you have to scroll back and scroll forward, trying to find out what's going on, right? And he was talking about a lot of stuff, but one thing got my attention, and it wasn't even about her, okay? And so, um, and basically, VS said that in his life, he was pretty much pummeling really BTV for being on VS Live, right? And so VS felt like, that, they, was upset with her because she was over there, and that's why she won't come back. Okay. And I don't see why these people are letting these people tell them what to do and where to go if they are in fact doing that. Why are you worried about, somebody being upset with you? Okay, these people are not your parents. The only people that can control your YouTube channel is YouTube. Okay, get over it. All right. And VS also, I don't know if I said it before, feels like these men are basically trying to have the women under their feet. And we can really talk about that right there because, like I said, when I was on QB's live, I didn't hear him talking about really BTV, but I heard him saying that because I said his voice was high pitched or something like that, I was speaking homophobic rhetoric. And he said, when you're speaking homophobic rhetoric, you'll talk about a gay man's voice or that he wants to be a woman. I never said he wanted to be a woman. So I'm thinking about talking about a couple of people at one time. Good morning, Curry. And then he also said something about women and breast and women and yeah, he is extra, very extra. Women saying that the men want to be the women, but they don't bleed and all this and all that. I'm thinking, what? He ain't talking about me because I've never said that. But as far as me spouting homophobic rhetoric, I thought that was very interesting. And yeah, absolutely go where you want to go. And because here's the thing. Spell It Boy TV at the end of his video last night, y'all pay attention, right? He said, these gay men need to lay off of, the women versus the men thing, right? Because we know that the gay men in this sector, they go, really hard on women. They go harder on women than they do, each other. But, here lately, it's a Royal Rumble going on with the boys, and I'm getting my whole life, right? But we know that traditionally, they have more ire. They really speak from their gut when they're coming against a woman, right? So, Spiller Boy has said a couple of times, basically he don't like the male and the female back and forth, right? And so, okay. But now, mind you, QB said I was speaking homophobic rhetoric, right? But here's the thing. If in fact now, and also Jay Wilson said that when it comes to the men and the women, he don't like when people say, that the men come harder at the women, or the men are verbally. He didn't say verbally abusing. I'm saying it's the men are verbally abusing, the women. He don't like that because all's fair, in roast and war, right? We're equal when it comes to roast and war, and as it pertains this sector, a lot of people say that there are no limits. Okay, there are no limits how you can come at somebody, because when you win a fight, you win a fight, right? So if the men are defending themselves, and he's not the only one that says that, Sean Bradley says that, a lot of the gay men in the sector say that, right? Ronnie Q said, hi, Olivia, not to spill it, boy, or who told me to. Ooh, really, Ronnie? Well, that's what he said. He don't like it, because the men are going against the women, right? So, okay. So content creators really do not want to go don't do not want you to go wherever you want. Child, that ain't me though. I don't care where you go, because I don't be in half of these chats anyway. Right. So anyway, and a couple of the gay men around here, we know that they go real hard at women. They do parodies on the women and everything, right? But soon as you feel like I'm saying, so when I say something about your voice being high pitched and shrill, which it is, it's like a one of those loud dog whistles. Do you see? It's really shrill, like an old witch. The way he puts that treble in his voice is really annoying. It gets on my nerves. Okay. Hey, she's power for it, and I literally have to cut down my phone because the pitch in his voice is so high. Do you see what I'm saying? It hurts my ear, right? And so I have said that a couple of times about that high pitched voice, right? So when I speak about his high pitched voice, I am speaking homophobic rhetoric. Okay, that's very interesting, because what do you call it when the gay men speak? Is it homophobic rhetoric when they speak it to one another? Because I have heard Spillet Boy call what is his name? Simply Trey. He called him the F three-letter word. Okay, that's a homophobic slur, right? When they were going back and forth on QB's platform, Spiller Boy called him the F three-letter word, right? That's an outright homophobic slur, right? And that is from one gay man to another, right? I've heard these gay men, speak ill about each other's health statuses. I've heard gay men, telling other gay men to show your health status. Y'all know what I'm talking about, right? Show your health status. Now, this is them above them, right? Right? Yeah, they can't shut me up with that simply living. It don't work. I don't care what they say. All right, because I'll fire, like I say. And like they say, when you windmilling in these streets, right? So don't try to say that I'm using a homophobic slur, honey, because I'm talking about the shrill in your voice and you over there obsessed with my mucus. That can't shut me up. That don't work for me. They tried it over here before. I'm gonna say what I gotta say because this is my platform, and I'm gonna say. And if I'm roasting you, this what it's gonna be. Okay. And he was like, and I didn't say nothing wrong about her. I just played that little soundbite. Do what you do. I got a tough skin. Okay. You can't put me under your feet. You can't intimidate me. It don't work for me. And that's another reason why a lot of people don't like me in this sector. Okay. Is Lady Tia here? Hey, Lady Tia. Good morning, everybody. Okay, those gay men on here can call each other the F word. Thank you, the three-letter F word. But when they attack us, we can't say it. You see what I'm saying? That's a double standard, right? Now, let Jay Wilson and Sean Bradley and all those gay men that attack women, let them tell it. It's all fair. Do you see what I'm saying? But then you got a gay man turning around and saying, but what I'm saying when I speak about his voice being too high is shrill. That's homophobic rhetoric. So is that not a double standard? So what's good for the goose should be good for the gander, right? That's the way I see it. If you come for me, I'm coming for you. And you can call it whatever speech you want to call it. It really don't bother me. All right? Because I want to allow you to verbally abuse me. See, that's that testosterone got you twisted, as well as that freaking what do I call it? That patriarchy. It's got you twisted. You see what I'm saying? They go in and out between whether they, want to identify with more, with their more masculine energy or their more feminine energy. They go back and forth. Do you see what I'm saying? But I don't have an issue with that. I'm just me. Okay, and I'm gonna say what I want to say. You can call it what you want to call it. I really don't care. It don't bother me. It ain't gonna stop me from saying nothing that I want to say. Okay. Anyway, yeah, I just found it interesting. They say it's all fair when the men go at the women, but if you say something about somebody's high pitched voice and you're a gay man, you are speaking homophobic rhetoric. Okay. Like I'm supposed to care about anything that you say. No, you in your fifis because you didn't like me talking about that shrill in your voice. Okay? So think about that the next time you want to come for somebody like me. Because see, you got those. Now, I don't know if really BTV or Lady P are intimidated by them. I'm not intimidated by them. They don't bother me. Okay? I don't care what you say. Okay? I don't care what you call it. I'm going to say what I got to say. Because remember, all's fair when it comes to these YouTube streets. When you beefing back and forth. Don't get in your fifis, honey. You don't want women getting their fifis. Okay? When you're verbally abusing them. When you're talking up under their clothes and everything. Okay? But see, I'm a little different. Okay? I'm a little different. So that's why they're trying to act like they ain't in their fifis, but they are. But they've said that about me before. Didn't stop me then, ain't gonna stop me now. I just want to mention it to you guys. Yeah, that's what he said. But that's what I heard as I'm trying to figure out, call his comments misogyn. They are very misogynistic. Yes, they are. They are very misogynistic and very beta male-ish, okay? And if your voice is higher than mine, like I said before, I can't take you seriously anyway. So that's why he was over there, using that sound bite that he was using of my mucus, because they want to suck my mucus out of my nose, okay? Because they love me so much. It didn't bother me. I found it very amusing to the point to where I made a video about it. Thanks for featuring me once again. Okay. All right. And the ooh should be on them because they're obsessed with it. Okay, don't be obsessed with it. Don't think it's gonna bother me. You can't verbally abuse me. You can't intimidate me. I don't have low self-esteem like some of these women that y'all are intimidating. I stand alone on my platform. I say and do what I want to do on my platform as long as I'm not breaking the YouTube guidelines. Okay, I'm just saying. I don't care about his line, but either. I was listening to the G panel in my room, and my boyfriend said from the living room, "Cut that crap off. That voice is getting child is shrill." Ah! I'm like, oh God, really? Why, Lady O? You're educated and read their soft tales, so they offended. Give it out, child. They don't bother me, Mary. They don't bother me. What they don't like is that I'm telling the truth. Okay, they feel away, but that's unfortunate. What am I supposed to do? Okay, but if you come for me, I'm coming for you. Now, and if nothing is off limits to you, honey, nothing is off limits to me. But y'all spat more homophobic rhetoric amongst one another. Okay? Because like I said, I heard Spill It Boy. Oh, and then he talking about me, not he's saying I'm spouting homophobic rhetoric, talking about his voice being too high. But they were saying that same thing to Trey. They were talking about Simply Trey's voice. They were throwing shade at Simply Trey about his voice. Another gay man saying that he sound like a woman and all this and all that. And like I said, Spill It Boy called him the F word. Okay? They spout more homophobic rhetoric than anybody else amongst one another. But like I said, it's okay for them to do it. Okay? But you don't like what I got to say. That's called a double standard. And that double standard is not going to apply to me. It does not bother me. It does not faze me. You can't shut me up by using that word homophobic, because homophobic means to be it means that you are afraid of gay people, of LGBTQ people. I am not afraid of nothing bleeding red blood like me. Okay. He showed did YOLO. El Teddy went in on Trey and his voice. Yes, he did. I don't get it twisted. Okay. I'm not afraid of a man, a woman, or nothing breathing like me. Don't get it twisted. And like I said, all's fair in these YouTube streets. All right? That stuff don't shut me up. So you can say I'm spouting homophobic rhetoric or anything you want to say from now to doomsday. When I feel like I want to say something about your shrill shrieking, that's what I'm going to do. because they say what they want to say about us women. They talk under our clothes. They call us fat. Talk about people's hair. You know, I mean, somebody in the House of Wilson, that guy over there, he do parodies. He put on women's clothes and do parodies about them. That's disrespect. But if you disrespect me in particular, why is it that you think I'm gonna be, I'm gonna be trying to be worried about your feelings? I'm not. I'm not. Okay. I just want you to know that from me to you with love. From me to you with mucus and love. Okay. Anyway, moving right along. So that's what I heard about that. Because I was like, interesting. So Spilly Boy gonna say, he don't want the going back and forth between the men and the women. Don't make it a thing, basically. Jay Wilson over here saying it's all equal. When he come in these streets, it is what it is, right? Do you see what I'm saying? But if you say something that they could that's gonna hurt their little feelings, they're gonna say you're spouting, you're speaking homophobic rhetoric. So anyway, I just want to wrap that up. No, it wasn't homophobic. If his voice is shrill, his voice is shrill. I don't like females that have those high pitched voices. It hurts my ears. My ears are sensitive. Okay, probably because my allergies are really bad. Okay. Let me read this. Simply Living said, the nerve. I'm taking, he tried it. He tried it, though. He tried it just like he tried it doing that, making that sound bite of this. He did a sound bite of that. And I had to do a video thanking him for featuring my snot on his channel yesterday, okay? Anywho, y'all hit the like button, okay? So, Roddy Q left chat. I don't even know why they feel like they can phase me with these lame reads. I got a thick skin, honey. My real life. Do you know I've been baptized through fire? Okay. Not covered in the blood, honey, but baptized through fire. There's nothing that anybody can say on these streets to phase me. All right. Try again. You, however, are in your fifis. I am not. Okay. Me too, YOLO. YOLO said the gays fighting each other is giving me my total life. I feel the same way. I love it. But they're posturing. But they don't mind coming full force for women, right? But they'll posture at one another. And they'll come for each other the long way. Okay. But not women. When they got a problem with a female, when they feel like you done said something wrong, like poor little Really BTV over her, she seems really nice. She need to stick with the House of Treasure, okay? Because it's safe over there with Spiller Boy. Okay, but Jay Wilson, them over there, them people, the House of Jay Wilson, that's a House of Cutthroat. That's Cutthroat Alley, okay? Be aware, enter with caution, proceed with caution. Just like they're talking about if you go on, QB was saying something about if you go on VS's platform, you got to get in and get out or whatever. They need to do the same thing when they over there on on QB's channel or on the Juicy Pimp the Jay's channel. You need to proceed with caution because Juicy J the pimp, honey, he's feeling himself right now. All right. And he is trying to take over Spillet Boy's subscribers, and Spillet Boy knows it. He knows it. He just won't call it out. Do you see what I'm saying? But I found it very interesting how L. Teddy, had questions last night. And Spillet Boy, Jay Wilson felt away. Like I said, that video last night when he was gathering them together was short, to the point, and sweet. And basically he was saying, and what? I did it and what? I said it and what? Then he thought about it and came back and apologized for saying that they all knew that QB hadn't left, with the gentleman's panel, when in fact they didn't know at first. They didn't know until Sunday night, which is the same thing that L. Teddy said. Okay, y'all got to go listen to that video. I hope you don't take it down, but if you do, it don't matter. If you say you didn't say it, yes, you did. I recorded it. I screen recorded it. Okay. Sure did. Yeah. And I don't even understand, if L. Teddy has had a successful platform before, why do you feel the need? Because I like L. Teddy and I like Spiller Boy. Do you see what I'm saying? But they letting the Decepticon Wilson over there ride roughshod over them, as well as, Queen, whatever you call it, Queen Blah over there, Q Blah over there. Okay. Because L. Teddy, you know how to make original content. Teddy basically checked him on beating. Yes, he did. Yes, he did. Lady Tia, he checked him on beating around the bush. He sure did. Me too, Red Snapper. I like both of them. Teddy is hosting. Is he hosting the panel now? Oh, who's on that panel right now? BL. Simply Living said Jay Wilson called Chopper Sarah because Chopper is supposed to be transitioning. When QB called Chopper by his name, Jay Wilson corrected him by saying his name is Sarah. Well, that was shade, sarcasm, you know. And but Chopper did say for Jay Wilson to call him Sarah when he addresses him or something like that. Now I don't know if Chopper was serious about that, but Jay Wilson been running with that, really making a joke out of it ever since Chopper said it. That's why he keeps mentioning that. Okay, that's shade. And could that be considered a homophobic a homophobic slur or some kind of, homophobic speech? Because he's being sarcastic because Chopper said, he's transitioning. I want you to call me Sarah. So you making light of it. You being real sarcastic about it, Jay Wilson. Is that anti-gay rhetoric, honey? Thank you, Red Snapper. Juicy can do no wrong but judges everybody else. He's a very thin-skinned narcissist, okay? And it's unfortunate. But what are we supposed to do? It's a couple of them around here. Okay? Hey, friend. I think Sarah is a nice name as well. Absolutely. Lady Tia said L. Teddy has VS. Oh, captivated Christian and someone else on there. Really? Child, let me get off here and see what's going on. So I can come back with some more tea. Transphobic rhetoric. Oh, is that what it is, Derek? Right? When he's making light of Chopper saying call him Sarah, it's called transphobic rhetoric. Oh, wow. Simply Living said, Jay Wilson said, Sarah, like the lady in the Bible. Jay Wilson does not respect the Bible. No, he doesn't. I told y'all about him in that Bible. Him and his antichrist, consciousness that he's over there practicing. Okay. I'm sure they're not going to like. No, they're not going to like this. BL says LTDVS and other members of the. Oh, and I'm gonna let y'all go right so we can all go watch it. But let me tell you this. Pay attention to this. Y'all know Deshaun was one of the Deshaun Fairley Chocolate Bay. I like that name, right? I called my nephew Chocolate Drop. He made me stop calling him Chocolate Drop years ago, right? So anyway, Deshaun left the panel, but he still was cool with everybody or is cool with everybody because it was too much drama going on. Captivating Christian is interesting. He doesn't seem to be, he doesn't seem like he's going to be with that type of, Juicy J type of drama. Do you think that you guys, he does justify his sins? Do you think he's going to stay on the panel long and deal with Juicy J's type of drama? Oh, El Teddy VS and the new gentleman members discussing Jay Wilson. Let me get off here, y'all. We going to L Teddy's channel, right, guys? It's L Teddy 27 official. I think that his name. That's his name. Mary. Hey, Miss Olivia, glad to catch one. Thank you, Renee. So y'all, we gonna get off here. Oh, they going in. Okay, don't worry about it, BL. When y'all get over there, let me know y'all over there. Hashtag Porch Watchers. Yeah, L Teddy 27. Let's go. Okay, so I love you guys. Don't forget to smile. Don't forget to smile at somebody. Have a great weekend. I'll talk to you later. Bye bye. Peace, Porch Watchers.